This is an adult channel.
Hey, we came to WonderFest. It's in Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville, depending on where you're from, or maybe even Louisville. But yeah, Louisville. If you're from Kentucky, supposedly they call it Louisville. I'm from Illinois, so I call it Louisville. But anyway, we're here at WonderFest and brought my spouse and my daughter. And WonderFest has a lot of modeling interests, plastic models and designing, and a lot of guys that I'm big fans of are going to be here. And I made something that I'm going to try to get their autograph on. It's just a poster board of all the models, not all, of a small fraction of the models I've built over the years. And I'm going to try to get autographs of some of the guys that had something to do with the actual designing of these models, or have built them, made kits, etc. Some folks may not know their names, but I do, and I'm a big fan of them all my life. And hey, sweetie, and especially since I design and 3D print nowadays, they're legends to me. So it'll be a thrill for me to, I hope, it'd be nice to get all of their autographs, but if I can get some of them, it'd be great. And the reason I got this and made this instead of a model is because different guys worked on different franchises, and I want something I can hang up on my wall. So we lucked out. Our room is really close to some elevators and to an exit and the pool, and that's where the girls want to be, is at the pool, while I'm looking at plastic pieces. So I'm going to go get my ticket now. Got some cosplay.
Pay no attention to the man holding the door.
Excuse me. Pretty crowded. And this is where you buy tickets. I heard last night, though, there was like 200 or 300 people. So this isn't too bad. Just got back from WonderFest. Just took a shower. This is their logo. And here's my guest book. I've officiated hundreds of weddings, and some of them pretty creative, and a lot of times, instead of having a guest book for the guest to sign, they'll have a picture of the bride and groom, or a big wooden letter or something, and it's basically something they can hang on the wall instead of a guest book that gets put away and never looked at. So so that's what this is. It's not necessarily for celebrity autographs or anything. It was just a keepsake. And here's who I got. Lee Stout. I wrote underneath there under his name. He was one of the founders of WonderFest. And these are all box tops from models that I've made. I've made hundreds of models. I've sold some of them, given some of them away. Some of them need to be repaired. But I love the art on the box top, so I keep those and I hang them up. Most of them. Some of them are vintage, so I want to keep them. But so I kind of knew who was going to be there, so I kind of planned for that too. So it's just maybe a collage of different models that I've built, and so Rick Sternbach, I I'm come up and I told him I wanted to get him to sign this. What they usually do is they have a bunch of lithographs, I guess you would call it, a bunch of graphics on the table, and I didn't know about this. This is my first WonderFest, and you buy the lithograph, the design that they designed, and they sign it. Well, I didn't know that, so I said, I made this, I want you to sign it, and they said, fine. I said, but I'll pay you for it. And they said, no, we won't charge you for that. That was cool of them. Next time I'll know better. But anyway, Rick asked me, where do you want me to sign? I said, anywhere. And he said, oh, there's my baby. Rick Sternbach said, there's my baby. He designed Voyager, so that's his signature. And then John Eves was not right next to him. And so John signed it right here. Same way, he didn't charge me, but I was willing to pay. And he said, John Eves, concept artist, right here. And then Randy Cooper, he said, where do you want me to sign? And he said, I'll sign by the Star Destroyer. Randy Cooper worked on Star Wars, New Hope, and a bunch of other movies. And he also has a kit, I believe, of a Star Destroyer. And then Randy Cooper had a presentation with Dave Lowe. Dave Lowe is his friend, and he worked on a lot of movies with Randy. And then Paul Beatty, he's a guy I met. He's just a guy that we may enter a project together. They're working on projects. A lot of these people are working on projects. There's a lot of engineers. There's a NASA engineer that was asking questions. And then I've got another friend of mine, Thomas Evat. We may go on a project together. And I met a new friend. And then Norman Stockwell makes full-size Lost in Space B9 robot parts. And you'll see in the video that I put up some of his work, and he makes half-scale B9s too, and he's also working on a full-scale Robbie the Robot. And this guy, I wish I recorded our conversation. It was like a 20-minute conversation, and he knows his stuff. It was fascinating. And Simon Merckx. Simon said, where do you want me to sign it? I said, you pick it out. He said, well, I'll sign it by the refit. He's built a lot of refits. That's all I got. I wanted to get some more, but I had trouble hooking up with people because I wanted to see so many presentations. The guy that owns Paragraphics was giving a presentation, and I went into his late, and it irritated me being in there late. I wanted to see the whole presentation, so I chose to see the presentations in full and try to get the people to sign my guest book in between. But I missed some people. Nicholas Meyer, the director for Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan and The Undiscovered Country. I went to his presentation and I recorded it, and I'll be posting it. But he wasn't signing autographs. He had to go downstairs and buy his book, which I was going to, but the line was so long I was going to miss Randy Cooper's presentation. So Nicholas Meyer was supposed to be there the next day, but he was gone the Sunday, so that bums me out. I was really wanting. I got to see his presentation. I got to sit, I was up close, and it was an awesome presentation. And there's some other guys, Wayne from World Wayne and Lou Del Maso. I wanted to, meet him, but I just kept missing these guys and some other guys. I ended up just missing them, but it was busy. It was a record turnout. So I loved it. I had a blast. I did, and I highly recommend it. If you can make it next year, they've already scheduled it for next year. I think it's June the 10th. It's on a weekend, and I'll probably make a video of things that I learned while I was there. I already mentioned the autographs, but it was an absolute blast. And I want to be putting up at least 5 more videos. The vendors, I took a lot of video. The model show, Nicholas Meyer's presentation, Randy Cooper and Dave Lowe's presentation, and then Buckaroo Bonsai presentation that was awesome. Maybe another video about what I learned, and if you want to go, some tips that I learned about the hotel and stuff like that. So anyway, this is my first WonderFest 2022 video, and we will see you next video.